Aloha and welcome to Hawaiian Lomi Massage Level 2. In this video, we will be adding specific movements to what you have already learned in Level 1. These are deeper movements that are used in synchronicity with basic Hawaiian Lomi massage. There will be no review of Lomi 1, so please do not use the technique shown here unless you are proficient in the first level. My oldest son Matthew will be demonstrating each movement, and it brings me deep joy to pass down this healing art to the next generation in the traditional Hawaiian way. Matthew was born on the island of Maui and was very young when I apprenticed with my teacher, Auntie Margaret. We lived in Kamuela on the big island of Hawaii, and I was pregnant with my second son, Jesse. My husband Michael would drive me back and forth to Auntie's house in Captain Cook, and Matthew would always accompany us. He would watch as I learned from my teacher directly, and I now know how fortunate I was to learn from the master before there was a formal school. Hands-on learning with a certified teacher is still the only way to learn Lomi correctly. Each Lomi teacher has their own style due to their family's tradition, yet there are similarities in the strokes and in the intention. We find that living and teaching mainly in California requires a different way of presenting workshops, as most people are not able to apprentice for weeks and months at a time. Therefore, we teach in 3 levels and allow the students time between each class to become proficient in that level before moving on to the next one. We have also learned to teach with a face cradle and adapt Lomi to that, as clients here expect one, and Auntie Margaret taught without a face cradle originally. The videos for each level are learning tools to help the student remember what they learned in the workshop. They are not designed to take the place of a certified teacher. As the student learns all of the movements in each workshop, they put them together in a single style that becomes uniquely their own. Not every movement is to be used in every massage session. As the connection to the high self grows stronger, the Lomi practitioner intuitively knows what the client's needs are and shares the appropriate movements with them at the appropriate time. Lomi is a conscious massage where the loving intention of the practitioner is of utmost importance. It is a living massage, a dance that changes each time as we move and breathe in flow with Spirit as our guide. It is the constant awareness of the Divine Spirit using our hearts and hands to touch others physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually that makes Lomi truly unique.
Hi, this is Matthew. I'm Tamara's oldest son. I want to thank my mom for letting me do this with her and for her to pass this on through our ohana. It's a blessing that we have been given this gift from Auntie Margaret. I remember a long time ago when I was a little kid and watching my mom do this ever since I was pretty much born. And it's been really awesome to see through the years how it's progressed and turned into something like this that we can pass on to people to watch all around the world. In this video, I'm showing you some of the level 2 techniques that my mom has given to me and given to all of you out there. And all I can really say from what I've learned from my mother over the years is just seeing the aloha and the love in everyone that you come in contact with. And just to take that and learn from each person that you're with and give them a gift of yourself and also receive what they give to you. It's always going to be a blessing no matter who you come in contact with, as long as you go into it with your true aloha. And being Hawaiian, being born on the island of Maui, it's just been a blessing my whole life to be able to give this wonderful technique of Lomi around to everybody that we come in contact with. And doesn't matter if you're a true Hawaiian or Hawaiian at heart, it's all a blessing that we can share this throughout the world and let the aloha go through everywhere we come in contact with. So thank you, enjoy the video. Aloha nui loa and mahalo.
Lomi massage has begun with a prayer and a connection with Divine Spirit, asking that our session be blessed in every possible way for the highest good of ourselves and for our client on the table. So let us begin now on the left side of the back it is assumed that you've warmed up the muscles of the back with the strokes you've learned in Level 1. Therefore, you will add these movements just after the last of the forearm strokes, as Matthew is demonstrating. Remember, the muscles must be relaxed in order to receive the benefit of the deeper movements. Now, ask the client to inhale, and on their exhalation, use a medium strength elbow pressure, starting just above the sacrum. Continue up the back about 1 inch apart, next to and never on the spine, asking the client to continue the breathing pattern you have initiated. When you reach the scapula, pivot your elbow and continue up and around the top of the shoulder. Complete this series of movements with 3 soothing forearm strokes, as Matt is demonstrating. Remember to use the ulna flesh of the forearm and not the bone. Now, place the client's arm off the side of the table and lomi the scapula with your thumbs, followed by palm friction. Do this 3 times. Proceed down the back of the arm with lomi thumb strokes, pushing up while moving down, and taking care not to pinch under the arm with your fingers. When you reach the crease by the elbow, grasp the wrist with your left hand and use your right thumb to apply pressure at the point Matt is demonstrating. Do this 3 times while moving the arm at the same time in a back and forth motion. Continue to lomi down the forearm to the wrist, and upon completion, hold the arm near their elbow with your left hand in order to use your right palm to stroke into the teres minor 3 times. Follow this with friction. Notice these strokes are short and precise, and each series of palm strokes and friction may be done up to 3 times. Now move down to the teres major, duplicating the previous movements. Gently lay the arm off the front of the table and do the 3 side hugs as learned in lomi 1. Move to the hip and do 3 side hugs again. Upon completion, bring the arm up and tap the face cradle 3 times. Now do 3 gentle arm pulls. Move the arm by vibrating it down to the side of the table instead of moving it all the way down as you did in lomi level 1. Use thumb strokes and lomi up the back of the arm, starting just above the elbow. Now hold the arm with your left hand and use your ulna flesh as you stroke up with your forearm all the way into and around the teres and back down in a flowing motion 3 times. Now use your forearm and do pressure points up the same area, and then use a flowing stroke to return and begin again. This set of movements is done 3 times. Complete the teres work by asking the client to inhale and press into each of the teres muscles with the flat part of your elbow 3 times. Follow this with hacking and soothing. Now place the arm on the table next to the client and proceed with all of the movements you've learned in Level 1 for the back of the arm, the palm, and the fingers. After soothing the hand, place it in the center of the low back. If the client is unable to do this, place a small pillow under the arm to elevate it and proceed as follows. Starting at the top of the shoulder while standing at the client's side, use your fingertips to pull down on the muscle underneath the scapula. Next, use your outside hand to lift up and move the front of the shoulder in a push-pull motion with your other hand, as Matt is demonstrating. Continue holding the shoulder and move your other hand to the elbow in order to rotate the shoulder as shown, 3 times clockwise and 3 times in a counterclockwise direction. Now move to the head of the client and hold their hand on their back while you use ulna flesh strokes to soothe and warm up the area around the scapula. Prepare this for the deep work that is to follow. Starting at the top of the shoulder, do elbow pressure points as the client exhales. This is a fairly deep set of movements designed to release pain and tension in this area, and these movements should be used with caution and only with the client's consent. If done with love and right intention, this deep work will bring wonderful release and relaxation of the muscles in this area. Complete this with 3 soothing and loving forearm strokes. Now continue with the strokes learned in Lomi Lomi Level 1 to reconnect the body. Finish with the double forearm Lomi Lomi strokes, making this unique and making this your own dance. Cover with the sheet and gently rock the body before moving to the hip. Now, standing next to the side of the client, massage the gluteus muscles on top of the sheet using a kneading motion as learned in Level 1. Use your palm and lightly press on the 3 points of the gluteus. All of the Level 1 movements must be done prior to any work with the elbow, especially in this area. Now ask the client to take a deep breath and use elbow pressure on the points Matt is demonstrating. These movements are designed to go under the ilium and deep into the gluteus muscles to relieve sciatica and low back pain. Follow with tripotment. Now continue down and up the leg with the forearm presses. These elbow presses are done slowly at first with the client's breath. They are always completed by rocking the leg. The same movement is then done very quickly on one out breath of the client and immediately using a rocking motion on the leg. Please be careful to stay away from the back of the knee and stop the presses at least 3 inches away from it. Now uncover the leg and complete the entire leg and foot massage from Level 1. Then place the left hand above the knee and use the right hand to lift the leg in a gentle stretch 3 times. Now remove the hand from the back of the leg and stretch again 3 more times. Now stretch towards the opposite hip 3 times and do large circular rotations in each direction. Now add the poi pounder. This is accomplished by grasping the ankle gently and lifting and dropping the leg 3 times. Then moving the leg in a back and forth motion as Matt is demonstrating. Now lay the leg down and gently pull before covering with the sheet and rocking the body. Now walk around to the right side of the table, and after completing the level 1 movements, begin with the left forearm on the right side of the back, just above the sacrum, in 3 soothing strokes. Please remember, as taught in Level 1, that you're free to use whatever arm is the best for you to work with, as long as you're doing the stroke correctly. Now, starting again on the right side of the body, just above the sacrum, do 3 soothing strokes with the ulna flesh of your forearm. Now, beginning just above the sacrum, use your elbow pressure next to the spine as you did on the left side of the body. These are slow movements designed to release tension in this particular muscle. Please do them slowly and with a loving intention, so as not to cause any harm to the body. The client will again be using the breathing pattern you initiated at the beginning of the session. When you reach the scapula, pivot your elbow and continue up and around the top of the shoulder. Again, complete this series of movements with 3 soothing forearm strokes as Matt is demonstrating. Now place the client's arm off the side of the table and lomi the scapula with your thumbs, followed by palm friction. This is done 3 times. Proceed down the back of the arm with lomi thumb strokes, pushing up while moving down and taking care not to pinch under the arm with your fingers. When you reach the crease by the elbow, grasp the wrist with your right hand and use your left thumb to apply pressure at the point that Matthew is demonstrating. And then continue to lomi down the forearm to the wrist. Now hold their arm near the elbow with your right hand in order to use your left palm to stroke into the teres minor muscle 3 times, followed by friction. Remember, these strokes are short and precise, and each series of palm strokes and friction may be done 3 times or more. Now move down to the teres major muscle, duplicating your previous movements. Gently lay the arm off the front of the massage table and do all of the side strokes as previously learned. Move to the hip and do the side strokes from the hip up. These are very loving strokes and designed to massage the side of the body, which is often forgotten in other massage techniques. Now bring the arm up and tap the face cradle 3 times, being careful not to lift the arm too high. Now do 3 gentle arm pulls and move the arm by vibrating it down to the side of the table. Use thumb strokes and lomi lomi up the back of the arm, starting at the elbow. Now hold the arm with your right hand and use your ulna flesh as you stroke up with your forearm all the way into and around the teres. Now use your forearm and do pressure points up the same area, using a flowing stroke to return and begin again 3 times. Complete the teres work by asking the client to take a deep breath in and pressing into each of the teres muscles with the flat part of your elbow 3 times. Always follow these deep strokes with hacking and soothing. Now place the arm on the table next to the client and proceed with all of the arm movements and strokes you learned in Lomi Lomi Level 1. Now soothe the hand after completing all of the arm movements and place it in the small of the back. Stand next to the client's side and use your fingertips to massage underneath the scapula, relaxing the muscle and getting it ready for the deeper strokes that follow. Now use your outside hand to lift up and move the front of the shoulder in a push and pull motion with your other hand. Continue holding the shoulder and move your other hand to the elbow in order to rotate it 3 times as shown in each direction. Now move to the head of the client while holding their hand and use the ulna flesh strokes to soothe and warm up the area under the scapula where you're going to be working. Remember, you're preparing it for the deep work to come. Starting at the top of the shoulder, use your elbow on the pressure points as indicated. This must be done with the client's breath work. Remember, these movements are always used with a loving intention. Follow these deep elbow movements with 3 soothing strokes, and then reconnect both sides of the back as Matthew is demonstrating. The double forearm lomi strokes are one of the most enjoyable strokes for the client, so do these for as long as you'd like. Now massage the gluteus muscles on top of the sheet using a kneading motion. Continue with palm presses on the 3 points. Now ask the client to take in a deep breath and on their exhalation use elbow pressure on the points that Matthew is showing you. These movements are designed to go deeply into the muscle and relieve pain and tension. Always follow these elbow movements with tapotement and relaxation strokes. Continue now down the leg with your forearm presses before adding the hamstring release movements. Remember to always add the rocking motion on the leg before continuing. Now uncover the leg and complete all of the leg and foot massage you learned from level 1 before going on to the leg stretches, rotations, and poi pounder movement. Upon completion, cover the client and gently rock them before asking them to turn over onto their back to complete the massage on the front of the body. Once your client is comfortably laying on their back, make sure that you properly drape them by using the wrap that Matthew is showing you. You'll be handing the client both parts of the sheet so that they'll feel comfortable if they feel too exposed. Now you'll start your level 2 leg stretches and rotations. No oil is used yet, so you'll start by holding the foot and bending the leg at the knee, stretching it up 3 times slowly. Now rotate the leg in large circles clockwise and then counterclockwise 3 times. Again, stretch the leg up towards the chest before bringing it to the side and gently rocking the client, allowing the low back to release and relax. Please make sure not to use a stretching movement here, just a light rocking motion. Now apply oil and continue with all of the foot and leg strokes that you learned in Lomi Lomi Level 1, and upon completion, cover the leg. Move up to the left arm, undrape the client, and apply oil, making sure to oil the back of the arm and the shoulder area, and use all of the strokes you learned for the arm in Lomi Lomi Level 1. When you've completed these, massage the outside of the arm with the palm, and then stretch and vibrate the arm up next to the head. And then stretch the arm across the chest 3 times. Now move to the other side of the body and stroke down the deltoid muscle 3 times, using palm movements. Stroke again 3 more times and then move to the shoulder joint where you'll massage and relax the shoulder joint. Now pull up underneath the client's back from the spine upwards with both hands, making sure the client is relaxed and not trying to help you. Complete this series of strokes by shaking the arm down and pulling from the elbow to the wrist on the forearm in a relaxing and soothing movement. Now cover the client and move to the right side of the body. Remember to drape the leg properly before doing any of the Lomi 2 movements with the stretches and the rotations that you've just learned. This draping procedure makes the client feel very comfortable with the movements that you're about to do. Now hold the foot, bending the leg at the knee and stretching it up 3 times. Rotate the leg in large clockwise circles, and then finish the rotations with the counterclockwise movements. Once again, stretch the leg up towards the chest before bringing it down to the side and gently rocking the body. Remember to never stretch during this movement, simply rock. Now apply oil and continue with all of the foot and leg strokes you learned previously. Cover the leg and move up to the right arm. Apply oil and remember to make sure that the back of the arm and the shoulder are completely oiled before you try the next movement. Continue with all of the lomi 1 strokes that you've learned previously, and when you've completed them, massage the outside of the arm with your palm, and then stretch and vibrate the arm up next to the head. Now stretch the arm across the chest 3 times and stroke down the deltoid muscle with the palm movements 3 times. Do this again before massaging the shoulder joint, and then start your pull-ups underneath the back from the spine with both hands, making sure the client is completely relaxed. This is a nurturing and loving movement and should be used as often as possible with your clients. Complete this series of strokes by shaking the arm down and then pulling on the forearm from the elbow to the wrist with both hands. Cover the client and stay on the right side of the table before proceeding with the massage of the stomach. Now make sure to properly drape the client so that you may uncover the stomach and apply oil. You must make sure their knees are bent, allowing the stomach to be completely relaxed before the massage. Begin with a soothing palm stroke from just under the sternum to the navel, 3 times. Now use the same movement with the client's exhalation. Now use your right thumb pressing gently under and down the rib cage, followed with finger pull-ups at the waist. Now place your hand on their stomach and walk around to the other side of the table, proceeding with the thumb and finger strokes that you've just completed on the other side. Now place your palms on the stomach and massage in a counterclockwise movement, keeping your left hand on the stomach at all times with the right hand following. Now reverse the stroke and use your right hand with the left hand following in a clockwise movement. Now use light vibration strokes towards the center of the stomach as Matt is demonstrating. Complete the stomach with 3 palm vibrations on the client's exhalations. And now do waist pull-ups with the fingers and the hands. Seat yourself at the head of the table and complete the massage with shoulder, neck, face, and scalp massage as learned in Lomi Lomi Level 1. Remember that we always close our Lomi Lomi sessions by thanking Spirit for allowing us to be of service and with a prayer for the health and well-being of our clients. Aloha and mahalo. Thank you for being part of Hawaiian Lomi Lomi Massage Level 2.